I want to talk to you about recreation. Your recreation can be recreation if you let it. Some people right now, you are facing something to where you have to recreate, meaning what you used to do doesn't work anymore, or it's having diminishing returns. Some of you, you've conquered your mountain. I remember this was a scary call I had with someone one time. I ended up getting a meeting with the guy. I showed up in person for some reason. I don't know why we were meeting in person at that time. It was in Rhode Island, Providence, and I'll never forget. I walked into the office and the guy said, "Yeah, I'm so successful that I don't know what to do next." So I'm like, "Well, what do you do?" I forget the guy's name. We end up not working together. He said, "Well, honestly, I sit around and binge Netflix all day long." And this was someone who hasn't yet recreated. He hasn't yet created a new journey to go on, a new chapter to step into. Why not? Why not? Some of us, we conquered one thing and it's like, I don't know what else. Like if I step into the next thing, maybe I'm not so good. There's lots of reasons. And I didn't really get into his life, but I've seen it all over. So failure to recreate can show up in different areas. So maybe you need to recreate because you're seeing diminishing returns. Maybe you need to recreate because you're finding yourself bored. You're finding yourself getting into trouble. A person with too much time and no direction is a dangerous thing. So what happens if you don't? What happens if your recreation is not recreation? Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun. Let me take it back. It's not going to be fun. And if it's not fun, you're going to avoid it. If recreation is not seen as a good thing, you're going to avoid it. As a matter of fact, most of the times, especially people who have been up the business hill before, and everyone that I see everyone that's on here before has had a success before in life. Those people tend to say, "God, that was such hard work. I don't want that hard work, and so there's no way I'm going to step into that again." So they avoid it. So we will avoid what is difficult. And what's happening is you're missing out on the next chapter. And your next chapter could be better than the previous one. As a matter of fact, if you're still alive, you have a next chapter, and it should be full and juicy and happy and good. But if you're avoiding it, well, you're like the majority of people who are out there. The mass of men are leading lives of quiet desperation, and they go to the grave with their song still in them. But let that not be said about you. Listen, you had a great first episode, but what about your next episode? Or maybe the first episode wasn't so great, but the next episode can be better. Listen, every Star Wars needs an Empire Strikes Back. So I'm going to stop being a geek about it, and I'm going to say, how do you make it to where recreation is recreation? And I say this: make it fun and you'll get it done. Make it fun, you will get it done. How do you make it fun? You make it fun by, I believe, inviting the you that you like into the situation and mixing it with flow. So the you that you like, that's different for every single one of us. If you are, let's see, if you're a warrior, maybe fun for you is winning. It's overcoming. Maybe it's even arguing and beating someone. If you are a ruler, maybe fun for you is creating a structure that protects and saves people. If you're a sage, maybe fun for you is showing that you're smart, doing something smart. But if you're a shaman, I would say fun for you is showing people the way, being a guide. If you're the optimist, it's stepping into the situation and just seeing what happens. So finding new things. If you're the explorer, maybe fun for you is creating a new way that no one else has seen. If you're the outlaw, maybe it's just going against the grain. Maybe that's the fun thing. I have a daughter that, boy, if you want her to do one thing, just tell her to do the opposite, because it's fun for her to go against what it is that everyone is saying. If you're a creator, maybe you're inventing something, or you're right. There's a creation that's fun. If you're a companion, find a way to make it about others. Find a way to help others, love others, be there with others. The everyman, find a way to be relatable. That's fun. Find something difficult, make it relatable. If you're the jester, like literally fun is fun. I don't, your middle name is fun. I don't have to tell you how to have fun. And if you're the lover, find a way to attract and bring in other people. And I guess this is just looking at personality wise, but the point is if you make it fun, you will get it done. We were in a library in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, beautiful library overlooking Lake Coeur d'Alene. And I saw this poster that I'll never forget because I used to be a school teacher. Maybe that's why it connected with me, but it says, if we want children to read more, then we need to make it taste more like chocolate and less like medicine. More like chocolate, less like medicine. And there's a principle hidden in there for those of us who are recreating. If you will make it taste sweet, you'll find yourself doing it more. I've heard it said that a man who enjoys walking will walk farther than the person who has to walk. Find a way to create a joyful place. I was talking with a business owner yesterday, and we were talking about scaling and creating something in his business, and a truth boiled out. I think I said it in a way that I've never said it before, but I said to him that if you're trying to build a business that you're trying to get away from, you're always going to be trying to get away from it. But if you want to build a business that you can get away from, you have to be willing to build a business that you don't want to get away from. I'm going to say it again. If you want to build a business that you can get away from, you have to build a business that you don't want to get away from. You have made your grass green. You have made your home beautiful. You have made your business what you want. And it's optional to leave, but because you've cared enough about what was attached to you, to fully invest yourself in it. That's what creates, it creates something worth having. Most of us, not us, but most of the world, they're out there trying to create something almost like as a consumable. Let's do this and move on. Do this and move on. Let me go through first grade so I can get to second grade. Get through high school so I can get to college. And they only see things in broken phases rather than creating a life they want. They create a life that's constantly looking to the next thing. So let that not be said of us. We want to create something that is fun, and so whatever elements of fun whatever is fun for you, bring that with you. Bring that with you. There is no blueprint that says you have to do it this way. Bring the you that you love with you. My sales, I share this story with everyone on here, ad nauseum. My sales started growing effortlessly when I invited the me that I loved into the scenario. When I stopped trying to wrestle people into submission and overcoming objections and doing things correctly, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to be the me that I love. And it changed things dramatically because I would show up more. Things became easier and it paved the way. It paved the way. And so who is the you that you love? And how can you invite that person into your life, into your work? And by the way, we don't believe in work-life balance, do we? We believe in creating the life that works, right? And work that's life. We want the same you shows up everywhere. So we want all of it to be beautiful. So we have to care for it. We have to care for it. Song that I sing when we say goodbye. You did it! You made it all the way to the end of the podcast. And that means you either like me or you fell asleep to me. If you fell asleep, keep sleeping. If you like me, I want to invite you into a mastermind like no other. You're just going to have to try it to believe it. Click the link below in the description. It's high value, low cost, high reward. Come on in, click the link in the comments, and we will see you there.